At this hour, I'm Christina Aguayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories.
157 people have been arrested as part of a human trafficking operation in Florida. According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, 25 of those people are illegal migrants. Sheriff Grady Judd talked about Operation Autumn Sweep and the information he learned from illegal migrants about how they were welcomed into the country, given free medical, SNAP benefits, free housing, and free travel.
% of these total arrests were people who should not even have been in this country, but they were here. And they were here because we have a federal government that enabled these criminals to come into the country and then treated them very well after the criminals came here illegally.
Some of the illegal migrant women said they were working to pay off a coyote debt
of $6,000. Make no mistake about it, the government is complicit and is aiding and abetting human trafficking. When are we going to say the hardworking people in the United States are who we need to be taking care of?
The state of Florida has filed a lawsuit against the Biden-Harris administration over migrant voting information. According to the lawsuit, the administration's refusal to hand over the immigration records is preventing the state from making sure non-citizens do not vote in the presidential election and frustrating its ability to maintain the voter integrity of its elections. The suit asserts that the federal government has an obligation to cooperate with the states to make sure only citizens vote, but they are failing to do so. In fact, the state says that DHS actually denied their request for information. Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody saying, quote, "Voting is a right granted to American citizens, not illegal migrants or other non-citizens. The Biden-Harris administration has allowed millions of illegal migrants into the country, and we must ensure that only citizens are on our voter rolls." An illegal migrant is facing charges in Idaho for first-degree kidnapping and human sex trafficking of a child. According to authorities, Ruben Dario Vizquera Aguilar was arrested for harboring a runaway in Houston, Texas, after a missing 16-year-old from Boise was found with him. The teen left a note and ran away from home, but after further investigation, officials slapped him with the more serious charges. He remains in custody on an immigration hold. A member of the violent Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, who was wanted for homicide in Texas, was arrested in Sunland Park, New Mexico. El Paso Homeland Security Investigations posted the picture on X showing the arrest. According to CBP, the Santa Teresa, New Mexico station is one of the busiest in the nation for illegal migrant and drug smuggling activity. Governor Greg Abbott has an ongoing offer of $5,000 for information that can lead to the arrests of Tren de Aragua gang members. Governor Greg Abbott is showcasing the continued construction on the Texas-Mexico border wall, showing panel installations in Maverick County. Abbott saying that Texas is the first and only state in U.S. history to build their own border wall. A doctor in North Texas has allegedly violated the law by providing gender transition treatments to nearly 24 children. This, according to Attorney General Ken Paxton, who is now suing that doctor. Paxton's office found evidence that the Dallas area doctor illegally gave high-dose cross-sex hormones to 21 minor patients for the direct purpose of transitioning the child's biological sex. The doctor allegedly used false diagnoses and billing codes to mask the prescriptions. Senate Bill 14 took effect in 2023. It bans gender transition medical interventions such as surgeries, puberty blockers, and cross-sex hormones for minors after scientific evidence suggested that they can have damaging long-term consequences. Any doctor found to violate the law will lose their medical license or other authorization to practice medicine. Paxton saying Texas passed the law to protect children from the dangerous, unscientific medical interventions that have irreversible and damaging effects. DHS has announced that it will give temporary protected status to any Lebanese nationals who are already in the United States. The protected status will last for 18 months and will allow the migrants to work. DHS will also allow Lebanese students in the U.S. on F-1 visas to apply for jobs and work longer hours. The Israel Defense Forces took out their #1 target on Wednesday, killing Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, the man they say masterminded the October 7th terror attacks on Israel. Shortly after the news broke, a March interview of Kamala Harris surfaced of her telling ABC that Israel needed to stay out of Rafah. If they didn't, there could be consequences. Watch.
Any major military operation in Rafah would be a huge mistake. Let me tell you something. I have studied the maps.
Israel has always maintained Rafah was a stronghold of Hamas terrorists. A new poll conducted by Beacon Research and Sean Company Research has Trump leading 50 to 48%. Plus, the popular betting website Polymarket continues to show that Trump is the favorite in all the swing states except for Nevada, where he's 50-50 with Harris. The poll is showing a decrease in support from black voters for Harris and a higher rating for Trump on the issues of immigration and the economy. Former ESPN host Sage Steele making some impactful statements while on a media tour following Kamala Harris's interview with Bret Baier. Steele saying that Harris isn't giving voters any reason to support her because she doesn't have any answers and refuses to be accountable for anything, which she said is a huge mistake. Steele also saying that black voters she's talked to were insulted after Barack Obama scolded black men for not supporting Harris.
That's what you need to know at this hour. In Dallas, Christina, Aguayo, Salem News Channel.